I love it when it's fat and spicy.
This is fat and spicy.
Fat and spicy.
Fat and spicy, motherfucker.
Another fat and spicy.
So you want me to say fat and spicy? Fuck that. I'm out here.
Fuck fat and spicy.
Yo. Welcome back, everybody out there, to another episode of your favorite podcast. Well, I don't know. It could be, maybe. There's a lot of better podcasts out there, but this is the podcast to be right now. As always, I'm your host, Phat.
I'm Spicy.
This is the Fat and Spicy Show, and today we are doing it, as always, we started, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Or was it last week?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Every Monday, we are doing the OOC show, so out of character and all about character. So for anybody that's new to the podcast, this is a podcast based in a city, a GTA server that we play in. It's called AAC, all about character. We interview people. We talk about the stuff that's going on in the city, you know, whether it be gangs versus PD or cyborgs versus aliens, whatever's going on in the city, the topics, we talk about it. And today we have, special guests for you guys, and we're going to be talking about, what brought him into AAC, what brought him into, RPing, and to see, if you have any questions out there, we're going to be trying to answer them. Anything based on anything that happens in the city, anything outside the city, we're here to answer, and we're here to talk about it OOC. So if you got something to say, now is the time.
Yep. And guys, if you want to be on the show, even if you want to be on the OOC show or in the IC show, it doesn't matter. Get a hold of us, guys. You guys know how to find me. I'm Spicy in the Discord. Get a hold of us. Let us know that you guys want to be on the show, or reach out to us in city if you see us around. I know I'm not around. Haven't been around so much. I'm getting over a terrible flu. Finally feeling myself. Finally feeling better. So I'll be around a little bit more. Get a hold of us and get on this show, guys. We wanna hear from you. We wanna know what makes the city tick. The lifeblood of it is you guys. So if you want to be profiled, get here. Get straight up and let's talk.
Well, we appreciate you feeling yourself. Maybe save that for later on tonight.
Hey! I said I'm feeling more like myself, not feeling my. Why do you always do this, man?
It's all
crazy
good.
Bastard.
It's
I don't know
good.
why I love you so much, but I do.
No, man. But how's everything been going with you, man? Everything going good on your end?
Now that I'm getting over that cold, I'm slowly starting to get back. In fact, I'm still feeling a little snotty, but
I think it's been a hell of a
starting to get
year
back on my feet
for you alone, man.
Dude.
You got sick. You had the fires and stuff over there.
We got the wildfires. I got the cold. We've had some extreme weather. This fall or this spring wasn't that great for us. But anyway, that's beside the point. That's what happens when you live in the middle of nowhere in the woods. You get wildfires, and everybody's safe. We're all good. But yeah, like a couple weeks ago, they had to kill power to the entire town, bring in some big generators just to power the town while the fires were going. They've got them under control for the most part, I think. So the Fat and Spicy Show will continue.
Well, man.
What about you, dude? What are you up to?
Well, first of all, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad your family's safe. That's number one.
Thanks, bro.
As always, because I'd hate to have to, do the show myself. I don't know.
If I have to get a Wi-Fi at a Motel 6 to do the goddamn show, you ain't doing it yourself.
You got somebody says we must be neighbors.
Oh, yeah, well, Northern California, what are you going to do? Like I said, literally, we live in Endor, where they filmed all of that stuff.
That's crazy. No, but yeah, no, honestly, not much, focusing on the podcast, focusing on RP stuff for the city, trying to decide what's going to be the changing factor for this season, what's going to take us to that next level of RP, because it's always difficult, following that, that mindset of boom, we've already done aliens, boom, we've done werewolves, so
What's the next
I
step?
I think the next one. I think with this next one, what I'm focusing on, and without releasing too much
Yeah, don't give
information.
too much away. Yeah.
I think this next one's gonna be more of a. I think I'm focusing on like a mind fuck. I want to really
Okay.
mess with people's minds more than I do want to showboat and showcase things. So it's definitely gonna be a slow burn RP sesh, but it's gonna be something that in the end you're gonna be like, what the, boom, just gonna blow your mind.
I'm looking forward to it, dude. When I RP with you, from what we've learned, especially doing the OOC show, you don't write things down. You kind of plan things off the cuff, and that's something I enjoy. Is it really stretches my improv muscle to see where you're going next and how we can respond to it. I almost like to not know what's going on, just to be a part of it. I love it.
It's kind of hard to not know what's going on because I don't know what's going on until it happens. Because and the only reason I'll say that I got comfortable doing that in the city was because of you never want to force people to RP, right? You never want to force them into a corner where they have to make a decision that's out of their character. So by not writing it down and not having a script that I stick to, just by being simply improv, I can rebound and base my next movement off somebody in the city. So, like let's say for instance, I say, hey, I make these water towers pop up. Then somebody says, well, we're gonna blow them up. Of course, I don't plan for anybody to blow up, but hey, if that's what happens, that's what happens, and then we go from there.
Sometimes
Because
you get a henchman who wants to help you poison it all.
yeah, sometimes you get the henchman that wants to help us poison the water hole. But it's beautiful. That's the beauty of RP, is having those moments where it throws me off because then I'm like, yes, somebody's, finally, it's finally sticking with somebody. Somebody wants to be a part of it, and it changes the factors for me. So that makes me happy. But
Okay, have you ever been thrown for a major loop by some of the choices that the citizens in the city have made?
have
To
I
the point where you're like, wow, I don't even know where to go anymore.
have I ever been thrown? Yeah, I have. And then I'll name that person out too. It's been a while since I've had somebody do it. That's literally pushed me to a point where I was like, whoa, I need to back up a little bit. And Rue, we're not gonna say any names, but
Why not? Come on.
there's times basically where somebody will come and just say some crazy off the wall stuff, and I'm like, okay, let's run with that because again, I never want to punish people for their ideas. I never want to punish them for what they feel RP is. So I try to go with the most that I can. Unfortunately, there's just some things that I can't go with. There's just some RP that I can't bring to life. Like I can't sit there and be like, oh, you want to make a deal with the devil? Okay, to be immortal? No, no,
Right.
that's not what we're gonna do. Anybody that
That
sees
hasn't come up, has it?
no. There's been cases similar to like where people like try to want to do something that's a little too OOC, and I tell people it's good to want to create content, which is fine, but the content has to be able to be RP'd. I can't sit there and say, oh, yeah, I want to RP this character that has like a weird curse, that when they touch somebody they die. No, I can't go around killing people, just to, every time you touch them, just kill them. Because there's going to be times where you're going to try to do it, and I'm not going to be able to be there. And on top of that, I can't have you killing people in the city.
I had a cousin who had the Midas touch. Everything he touched turned into a muffler shop. All right,
That's
I'm
the
sorry.
Midas.
I'll shut up.
Jesus. But anyways,
That's the
guys,
Midas touch.
without further ado, you may know this guy from poisoning your local water supply to working with one of the biggest known terrorists in the city.
Just a really, really great character overall.
Yeah, most definitely, yo. Welcome, let's welcome Cam Wick to the show. Like, yeah.
Cam,
How y'all
back,
doing,
man.
brothers?
well, it's good to have you back for the OOC show. We had so much fun with you on a couple weeks ago when we had our big old conversation about the Smiths and everything. We thought we'd bring you back for the OOC, sit you down, and I'm sure you've made a lot of progress in the city since we last met you. You were
Yeah.
kind of new. Now I'm sure you've gotten some contacts,
he's
gotten to
got-
know some people.
It's got the new
More importantly, some
dreads
people have
twisted
gotten
up.
to know you. Yeah, look at you, man. You're looking
Yeah.
good. Um,
Thank you.
so again, welcome to the show, man. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I ain't gonna lie.
But yeah, man.
It's good to be here.
But yeah, look, you don't have to say your name, but again, just for the for the people out there, I'm Jacob, and this right here is you know,
The Anson Man. Did you
Anson.
forget my name?
No, I was waiting
Nigga
for you to
just call me
introduce
Wick.
yourself. To call you Wick. So real quick, Cam or Wick, do you RP as a character in City, or are you yourself? Like, are you RPing yourself, but just in a different light?
I probably I'm RPing myself in a different light. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
I be more chill than like you feel me. Just more chill out, relax.
Okay.
As your character or in real?
Like in character type shit, more chill. Yeah.
So you saying you're a hothead out of character? I'm not. I'm just
I'm not a hothead. It's just I let more stuff slide out. You feel me? I just let more
Sure.
stuff slide in city than out of city.
Okay.
You know?
So out of all the things that you could be doing with your time, you got your Call of Duties or what's the new one out there, Starfield or all these new things. What brought you to AAC, or better yet, what brought you to 5M in general?
Like 5M, I was watching T Grizzly server. That's where I come from. I was watching T
Okay.
Grizzly server. And I was like, bro, I gotta get a PC, bro. I'm trying to be in there. And ever since then, it was like, yeah, I've been just RPing. But T Grizzly server is good. It's just no RP basically. If you want me to be real, like it's more gangs just sliding and shit like that.
Sure.
It's
It's not like
GTA.
Sure. Well,
yeah,
there
yeah,
there, there,
yeah.
there are a lot of combat servers out there. Sure.
Yeah, you feel me? I prefer to like if I'm doing some shit like that, I just go to an RZ or something and shoot. Like,
Yeah,
you feel me?
Right.
most definitely.
So how'd you find AAC?
Well, out of the blue, my man's Fidel, he basically was like, "Bro, I'm in this city, bro." I was like, "What city is it?" He said, "AC." I said, "What is that?" All about character. And like my first day in here, like I met Jose and I like fought him
Mm-hmm.
because he was laughing at my clothes, like how I was dripping. I fought him, and ever since then it was like, yeah, it's cool here. I ain't gonna lie.
Fighting people, fighting people. Now, let me ask you a question. Now, cause see, I'm a fan of like watching those, like T Grizzlies servers and stuff like that. Not because of, like I
Yeah,
said, I don't watch that because of the RP content. I watch it for the conflict. You know, like
yeah,
you have more or less people that are just ready to roll on you at any given moment.
yeah.
So how do you feel that the gangs differentiate from a server like that to a server like this,
Like
or do you see
I
any
was in
kind of difference?
ATK. I was in ATK. It was like you really couldn't like fly in if you was by yourself. If you ain't had no game members on, bro, it was rats. You getting spit on, all types of shit every day. It was like it was just
So
ass. I ain't
there
gonna
was no
lie.
life. There was no life to live. There was
Yeah, it was no life. If you was in a gang member and it's like beef going on, there's no life to it at all. I sometimes like feel like if it was more like RP to it before they start beefing, because they just be like, yeah, I don't like what you wearing, and start beefing. That shit like that is boring to me. I ain't gonna lie. I want to have like a leading up to the conflict. Like, yeah, this man was trying to rob me then. Now I'm gonna talk to him about it. If it don't go the way I want, then it's a conflict or something like that. You feel me?
yeah. There's something that leads up.
Yeah,
It's
you
not.
want the RP. You want it to
Yeah.
play out.
It's not walk up and be like, "Hey, you dumb." What? Brr.
Yeah, that's how it usually be though in most
So
cities.
how long were you in City before you got hooked up with Agent Smith over here?
That was my second day in.
That was your second day in?
Yeah, my second day in. I
Wow,
met
trial
Agent
by
Smith.
fire, man. So how'd you feel about that interaction when he started so if I remember right, I think I was spectating when he was messing with you in the chicken factory.
Yeah, I thought I met the plug. I was happy. I thought I was about to get rich. Like, you feel me? I thought I was on. When I met Agent Smith, yeah, I was on. When I said, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do this, whatever, because he done had the cars. He showed me the car from the get go. Yeah, like, yeah, I thought I was on. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you enjoy the RP with the Smith overall, though?
What? It was good. Yeah, we didn't blew up
Nice, very good.
offices together. Like RP Daisy, because Daisy got her ass blown up out the sky. I ain't gonna lie.
I think one of my favorite things to do after all that was going on was when I had my detective sweating you. I followed you down to the Vanilla Unicorn that day. Remember,
Yeah.
sat down there and I just had my eye on you the whole night. I'd like to see your reactions to it. I thought you were pretty slick.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about nothing.
Everything's allegedly.
Better way to be.
Allegedly, for real.
Yo, that's good. That's good. That's good. Now, have you had any moments in AAC that have just been like, yeah, I fucks with this server. I like it here. This is different.
Yeah, it was more so the people and the variety of people here. It's not like everybody's from the same place or everybody taught the same or walk the same. It's like a variety, so it makes it better because you never know. Like where I'm from might be completely different from where somebody else is from. So that conflict right there might be bad. It might be good. You never know. That's the fun part to it because you don't know how it's gonna go at the end of the day.
Okay. All right.
But at the end of the day, I think we're all here to build character and have fun, no matter what the beef is or whatever it is. Right?
Yeah, like I be having
You know.
fun.
So is
Yeah.
is Camwick your only character?
Yeah, it's my only character. I was thinking about making a new one, probably a police officer or something,
Okay.
just to try it out. But yeah,
You
Kenwick's my
never
only
know.
character.
I think I know. There's a lot of actual of crims out there. I think, and vice versa. PD that have crim characters, or crim characters have PD
Yeah.
Oh,
characters.
absolutely.
Just to get a little taste. And I think that's one of the things that's always encouraged. So people can see how it actually is. I remember.
Both sides of the
Yeah,
conversation.
I remember. I remember
Mhm.
that there was a lot of complaints back in PMA about officers and stuff, and I remember when I finally saw one of the lead like cops make a crim character and start doing crime. Like I remember them getting shot on the spot from the cops, and they were livid, like they were pissed off. They were like, "This is what they gotta go. This is ridiculous." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Hey, you never really know because again, if you have the ability to RP and it's bonus points if you can change your voice." Because
Yeah,
then people treat you differently.
That's true.
yeah,
The people that you used to run up to and be like, "Hey, what up? What's going on? How you guys doing over here?" Them they be the first ones to press you.
yeah.
Oh,
For
dude,
real.
I get a totally different reaction from people when I come up as Detective Santangelo saying, "Come here, I need to talk to you." And when I walk up, it's like, "What's going on, Brett Chacha?" I two different responses. It's almost like a choose your own adventure. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
which
Now
is
you
which
get
is
to
good.
see
Yeah.
it from another side. I will say I became a cop for the most part just to see it. Like I'd always been around it, but I'd never been a part of it. That's why I joined. And now it's a great way to push RP and help these cops get some RP in too. But I'd love to see you over there, man. I think you'd make a hell of a cop. I think you'd have some fun. Put in that app, man.
Yeah, I do it. I probably do it today.
So, what are some of the things that you enjoy about AAC? Like,
Enjoy. I feel like it's really the people, to be honest.
okay,
Like the events, the parties, the bowling night. All events is cool. Like you go to an event, you'll have
You go
fun.
to a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah. I go to when I can. A lot of them. Yeah.
Nice.
You know what I mean? But the events is where it's at. I feel like the people that go to the events be chilling. Like sometimes, gang members come there and they be chilling. Like they be chilling. You feel me? That's
Hmm.
not how I usually know gangs. I usually know gangs for bad timing. Like they don't chill. They want to rob everybody, kill everybody. You feel me? But they be chilling. Like some gang members really be chilling. Like you would think how chilly is they be like sieves. You feel
Well,
me?
we do have a huge gang population in the city, and one thing I will say is 99% of them, when you get to AAC, you've already gone through the whole. I mean, you've probably been in a gang before. You've probably seen it. You've probably been
Yeah.
through the whole, just let's go shoot them up. You come here
Yeah.
and you see it's a little different, and I think I see, from my perspective at least, that it almost makes people want to change and be better. You know what I mean? Even be better crims, because now you're here where the RP is strong. Might as well make it happen, man. Yeah, the events are usually not off limits for violence, but it's kind of an unspoken rule. You come to hang out, you know, you come to be with the community, and even the gangs and the cops, you know, we're all tight. You know, we're all part of the same city. You know what I mean? We're all part of the same server, and believe it or not, no matter how much shit they give me when I'm throwing them into a jail cell, I love every fucking one of them. You know?
Yeah, I feel it. I only been
So
there
have you
once.
made it? Have you made a pretty good friend net here that you've, or at least acquaintance group since you've been here?
Yeah, I fought with the Romans, you know. I got me a
Okay.
nice little girlfriend in the city, yup.
Oh,
Cool. Yeah.
look at you. All right, you made it quick.
I made it quick. No, it wasn't quick. It was a lot of work, you know.
Hell, I've been in this city for what, over a year now, and it's so I don't know half the people you do. I bet.
You probably, yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people in the city. I ain't gonna lie. I talk to everybody. I ain't got no,
So
like, you
you
feel
you
me?
ain't
I
got no
talk to
one
literally
person, one crowd you stick to.
Nah,
So do you
nah,
feel
it's
like that
not like,
enhances your RP though by being that open?
yeah. I feel like I just be getting into random stuff all the time. It's not like me just sitting there not doing nothing. I'm always in something. Like, you feel me? And that's not
Yeah.
like bad, you feel me? But it's just I'm always doing something, hanging with somebody, talking about something. You feel me?
Poisoning a
Always.
water supply.
Yeah, that's only on the weekend.
That's all. Very good.
So so let
Very
me
good.
ask you, would you recommend for the people that are already in the city, do you recommend them getting out of their little bubbles, their little zones and actually talk to people?
Actually trying to get along with other people, yeah. If you had your bubble, like just step out your comfort zone. I ain't gonna lie. Cause at the end of the day, bro, you feel me? If you step out your comfort zone, you get more comfortable with everybody else, and you just be more comfortable overall. Like that's how I look at it.
Most definitely. So I want to ask, like we talked about the good stuff of AAC now, and like I said, this is OOC, so we talk about everything, and I want people out there to
Yeah.
know that we talk about everything, and it doesn't matter how sensitive people think the topic is, we talk about it here. So what are some of the not so great things you see about AAC? Some of the criticism that you have, or
Uh,
maybe even some advice that you have that we could better the city, with.
like me personally, like uh, I have my girl, whatever, and her ex just don't like me. He don't like me. So he'll
I
beef
mean,
with his kid all day. He will beef with me all day. I promise you, he'll beef with me all day, folks. I ain't gonna lie. But other than that, like I can only bad thing I can really say is like
And it doesn't have to be bad, bro. It doesn't have to be like,
not
oh,
like
you
bad,
shitting
but
on the
Maybe
server.
something you'd help
It's
improve on.
it's just more or less a criticism,
oh
like
oh
You know, yeah.
the improvement it probably be we gotta get some more EMS. That probably be it. Because the EMS RP I feel like is amazing when you really know how to do it and get it done right.
yeah, that's
As you
definitely
see,
that's definitely one of the
Jacob
things
and I
that
are
we
both
do.
nodding our heads.
we do lack in his EMS, and I think it's a job that a lot of people don't feel like it's rewarding to do for a long time. It's
Yeah,
fun to do when you get in there,
I feel it.
but most of the time what happens is everybody's so used to running into Nancy, and they just dropping of a Nancy, and Nancy fixes them up, and then they're good to go, that even if they see a doctor standing there, they just drop them on Nancy and take them out, and it's fine because again you come to a city that got no EMS. That's what you're used to, but it just kind of discourages when we actually do get EMS in there. So
Okay, I can see
they're
the other
just
side
there.
of
They're
that.
just there standing there, and then whenever they go to pick up a body, ain't no body there because they don't took them to the hospital. So it's like it's a double edged blade, because again, who's gonna leave their friend on the side of the road bleeding and wait for the EMS to get there? When you could just drive
Yeah,
them
you
yourself.
want yeah, I feel it.
So it's just kind of one of those things that it's a hard way to find a balance for that.
Yeah, yeah.
On the other hand, as an RPer who's worked in the medical profession in a different city, dude,
I did too.
the amount of, and then the amount of RP available to you in EMS is unlimited.
bro. Because you go into every gunfight. After every gunfight, you usually go there, and it's usually dead people. You find out what happened, how it happened. Like
Right?
they be
Or they're
tight.
bringing you
They
to the
be
ER
tight as
and you got,
shit. They be
yep.
tight as shit. They died. Like it's just stuff like that. You feel me? Just control with it. I feel like with the EMS.
I know
Well,
Paco
it's not
likes
it's not
his
it's not even
magic
that.
healing stones.
It's not even that.
Oh,
Like you can
yeah.
have
Paco
fun.
don't like me. Yeah, and gang, he don't like me. He don't.
Wait, you might
He
be.
them.
Wait, you talking about
He
it's two
them.
different? Remember, there's two different Pacos now.
Uh,
You got gang Paco.
yeah, gang Paco. That's the Paco right
Okay, and you
there.
got EMS Paco. So
Oh no. EMS Paco cool, but gang Paco? Oh hell no.
EMS Paco's.
But yeah, no. So like, I think one of the best things I liked about being EMS was the fact that when I did RP, like people like Yusuf, I could RP. I could RP and be like, dang, Yusuf, I gotta stitch your lip up, but in order for me to stitch your lip up, I gotta shave your beard off. And then I made like a little clipper noise, and I'm clipping his beard off, and then he'll go, and he's the type of person that'll go and take his beard off. So just to bring that RP to life,
Yeah.
and that's the beauty of people like that, or they'll be like, oh man, we're gonna have to, keep this cast on your leg, and then there was a time where you could put a cast on your leg and just walk around like that, and those little things, it helps build that EMS, you know, morality up. Just yeah, when you see the things that you do make a difference in the city, it's amazing.
I look, if you're looking to make a new character, man, and start something else, we could always use a doctor.
No,
Or
he
at
don't
least
want
a
to be a
paramedic.
doctor.
I'm just saying.
He don't want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
He wants to be
No,
a
he wants to be a smith.
Well, I wouldn't have no
I'm just
problem doing
playing.
that. You playing? I'm serious. I wouldn't have no problem doing that.
Oh man.
Well,
So, what did you think about the Smith when you first met him? You thought he was the plug. You didn't know he was in deep like that.
Nah, like he looked out for me. He gave me some coke. He didn't. Everybody was saying he was a bad dude. I'm like, bro, you treat me nothing but right. I don't know what y'all talking about. I was like, yeah. Everybody just kept saying. I'm like, bro, every single time I meet him, he gets me right. He treats me right. Nothing never happened to me. I'm good. He's just like, nah, he just do so much. He just kill people. I'm like, yeah, okay. You feel it's a lot of gangs in here that kills people. So what makes them any different? Like, that's what I don't get. You feel me?
so since we're talking out of character, did you kind of figure that he was a staff member doing this, like that it was Jacob here
Uh,
in character, or did you just think he
like,
was some dude in the city, like a
uh,
regular citizen playing?
now I found out like 5 days of knowing him, like he was like Gov. I figured out like that, but at first I didn't
Yeah,
figure it out. I just thought he was the plug. He was the uppest person in the city. He had millions to give. Like that's what I thought.
beautiful. Good job, Jacob. You did it, man.
Golly. Telling you. So no, but one thing is how long have you been RPing?
How long? It probably been like I see a year and some change now. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. And
Fairly like
did you have a lot of friends that you started RPing with?
nah, like I went to Grizzly, my first city, and then after Grizzly, I went to a city named Elite, and I got my guys. I found all my like friends and shit like that in Elite. So ever since then, I've been tight. I've been having my little 15-person friend group,
Mm-hmm.
just since then. But coming here, I just mean more. I ain't gonna lie, cause most cities, it's hard to make new friends, especially when it's like I was in Wendy too. It's like hard to make friends in Wendy because nobody trusted each other. Like you feel me? And here it's like people just don't care. Like they'll talk to you. You walk up to them, you have a conversation with them. Most people would talk to you. You know.
So, not just specifically this server, but when was it that you realized the depth that ARP could go to? Was it here, or did you have that awakening in a different server? Like, was there an instance that happened to you where you're like, oh shit, this RP can actually go pretty deep?
Nah, it was
Like, do you remember the first time?
it was probably windy, but this one, when I joined, changed my mind completely because I was like, it's different. They in Polito. They not in the city. I said, bro, you spawn in Polito up top. Like,
Yeah, what'd you think
feel
of
me?
that?
Like that's different. That's different. Unique. It gives us like a newer feeling, like a fresher feeling to me. Because when you in the
Yes.
city, you get them same motels, hotels, or whatever. You feel me? Like it's different. I ain't gonna lie. I like that part aspect of it. That's how when I first came in, we said Polito. I said, bro, it's a vibe here. Just off of
Hmm.
being in Polito. Like the main hub is in Polito. Like you feel me?
And I'm going to be honest with you. Before the city was formed, I was talking to some of the government. I'm not government. I'm on the creative team. You know what I mean? I just
Okay.
help come up with these plots and stuff. I don't do
Yep.
rules or anything like that. But we were talking, and he mentioned to me, Absolute had mentioned to me. He says, "I think we're gonna make the hub in Polito, and then maybe work our way down into the city later." I'll tell you the truth. At first, I was skeptical. I was like, Polito, man, there's not much. After about a week in Polito, and you started to see how everybody, like the Mojito was the hub. You know what I mean? The Mojito is
Yeah.
the action center up there.
You can meet
And
anybody at Mojitos, low key.
it's always cool. There's parties. You go up
Yeah.
there for food. You go see Mimi or Rue's hanging out. You can get some RP with
Yep.
her. There's always something in this little area. I was impressed, and I've always wanted to know how other people felt. So I'm glad you said that. Thank you.
Thinking of mojitos like the guild hall. That's where you
Yep.
go.
Right? Exactly.
So,
You get recruited right there.
yeah. Speaking of
You-
guild halls, the main thing I think that we tried to be different with in the city was quest. Have you done any of the stories in the city?
What you mean?
Like with any of the stories. So if you look on your map in the city, and this is a little meta for you guys, and we're not gonna drop too much, but there are certain landmarks out there that you can see and you can go to, and you can experience different stories, different lore of the city.
Oh yeah. Like the one up at Polito, you talk to the head or whatever, and he gives you like tells you where to go.
Mhm.
The
You
alien
talking about
guy.
that? Yeah, I did that before. I talked to a couple of them just because I thought when I first came in, it was like in other cities you see that random pet. You usually sell something. You come here, you get like a hint. Like you get a hint to a
Yeah.
hint. Like it's kind of unique. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, give it up to this man sitting right next to you here. He put most of those together.
Yeah, it's unique. I can't care.
So it was one of the things whenever me, like I said, when we started the city, in Absolute, we wanted a city that was able, because the worst part about flying into a city is it being dead and there's nobody around. So we wanted to counter that with, if we could make a city that was self-reliant, that you could go in and still continue to have fun, and then people start showing up, and then you can kick it with your friends. That's what we're looking for, and that's what we continue to build towards, is a city that you can go out and you can do these quests, you can do these missions, you can get lost in a puzzle book, you can get lost in a treasure hunt. All these things are out there, and we're continuously adding more and more to the city as we go. But that's what we were looking for. You know how you could sit there and you could play games like Skyrim, you could play games like Fallout for hours and hours and hours, and it just be you. And it's just you. That's how it was. That was the vision that we saw, was imagine a 5M server that was RP driven, but that was also,
Even when there's no RPers.
but then when there was no RPers around.
Yeah, that's tough and unique. I ain't gonna lie. Most cities
guys.
be like, if it's dead, it's dead. It ain't gonna never fix itself.
Yeah.
But you feel me?
Go on your map. Like I said, no meta, but there's certain, I don't know, queries on your map. If you haven't checked them out, I still, like I said, I asked Jacob not to tell me anything because I like to experience them. I'm in the middle of one right now that I'm scratching my head because there's a code or whatever you gotta, but I'm not gonna give it away. Anyway, I'm working on that. I love it, guys. Go out there, explore this. There's so much richness in this city, and there's so much more to come.
Hold on.
I know how much he's working on it.
Ruth says here, she says, I'm kind of curious as to what times I've baffled you in RP.
Me?
Sometimes you talking to me.
I think it's just a question in general, because we all know who Rue is, and And
Yeah, like
you know, she's just
I was,
asking, you know, is there any
I
times
was
that she
like,
stumped you in RP and kind of been like, what did the girl talk
no,
about?
no. It's like when she went evil route for like couple days. That like made me like, okay, she's a little different. Evil route is different. Then the next day, oh, I'm regular Root. You can tell how I'm dressing. I was like, okay, that's a little different too, but Root good though. I fuck with Root. She got good RP. I ain't gonna lie. Her character is unique in its type of way.
Most definitely, most definitely. Like I said, and I always give props where it's due, and I've shouted out Rue many a times, you know, for
Yeah.
definitely being somebody
Absolutely.
who rolls with the punches there. You know, it does get a little
One of our
complicated at
favorites.
times, Rue. You know,
Yeah,
but
we love it, but it does.
we love-
It's true. But so what? But what RPer doesn't want to add, and you know, sometimes I wanted to add some stuff that gets a little complicated. You tell me no. You know.
I
Like,
got,
don't
I
think
got,
it's gonna
I gotta
work.
tell
Like,
you
you're
no,
right.
because I already got Rue. I'm just kidding.
Listen. We're not. All seriousness. We're not making fun of anybody. It takes every single one of you guys watching and the rest of the people in this place to make this city work.
Is there anything that continues the treasure? Is there anything that continues the treasure hunt? I can't talk about stuff like that. You can't make me meta up in here.
There's a difference between meta and OOC. But that is a good question. Why have the storylines become more vague? Have you noticed that? Are you leaving less clues? Do you feel, or are you making it richer?
I think
How do you
what
feel?
I think the issue that people are having and that they're seeing is that when we first came out the gate, it was boom, it was aliens, it was robots, it was cyborgs, it was, you know, all this crazy stuff we were just throwing out there because it was new. But then what happens is people tend to get what's the word I'm looking for? They get desensitized. They get used to it. So what ends up happening is now we have little small time. Every time we do something small that's not big, you know, it's big story wise, but it's not big scene wise, you know, action packed. People are like, I don't want to be a part of that, and they miss out on a lot. You know, I remember I did one quest, one story in a mansion. It was a murder mystery kind of a haunted thing. And what ended up happening was that everybody was so much in a rush to get to the end that they completely missed the story.
That was one of the more frustrating times, honestly, in AAC was that, where I wanted everybody to get together and, you know, like the movie Clue.
Yeah. So
Try
that
to figure it out, a group of characters, and that's what it should have been. Not I'm going to get to the prize first. That was irritating.
Yeah, so there are you are right. There are some noobs. There are some ones that are difficult now, and they're meant to be difficult. They're meant to be hard because could you imagine playing a game and everything was just easy? Could you imagine playing a game where everybody was rocking the same stuff? Because like I said, I don't know if you caught me in the last episode where we talked about it. These quests are meant, and there's items that are being worked on to give everybody something for completing these quests. Whether that be something that you can show like a little figure, or a plush, or a T-shirt you can wear, or a little plaque or something. Anything that says, "Hey, I completed this." It's a trophy. That's what you're gonna get. That's the goal. That's the overall goal, is to get these. So could you imagine where nothing was special, where you put so much time and effort into something, and it was just easy for everybody else to get?
I'll be quite honest. I'm working on one right now. That I mentioned to you. I'm not going to say which it was, and I honestly, I told you don't tell me because I want to go, but I'm stuck on it. And while it can be frustrating, I also love it. It gives me a reason to keep exploring,
Now,
to keep working.
Mm-hmm. And again, but one thing I will say is I know there's a couple of quests out there that a lot of people have issues with. The only thing I can recommend you do is put a ticket in. And if it's something that we consistently, or even just open a thread, a topic of that particular quest and say, hey, is there anybody else struggling? You know, I don't want the answer, but is there anybody else struggling? And show that there is more than one concern, then we can change it. We can go in there and say, hey, maybe we need to, you know, approach this from a different angle. Maybe we need to, you know, make this to where people understand how it actually works. Because nothing is ever going to be perfect, because it's so much harder looking at something and creating something from the eyes of the creator than it is from somebody looking in.
Yeah, I feel that for sure.
right? Like Mick Jagger said when they asked him how it feels to be famous. He said, "It's hard to see the painting when you're in the painting." You know,
Mhm.
what do I know?
Yeah.
So, like I said, again, nothing's ever gonna be perfect, guys. That's why I always say, if you got feedback, if you got any quests that you would like to do, let me know. Like, just make a
Yeah,
ticket,
tell
let me
us,
know.
dude.
I love it, And if you want to be the main character, that's cool with me. Me personally, I don't enjoy being in all the quests all the time.
Oh
Right? It'd be
yeah.
nice to be a tertiary. Just kind of
Like
sit
I
back and
started on
just
one quest, but I got stuck. So I
Which one?
probably
Which one are you on? We're not going to talk about the answer or anything, but which one did you work on?
the one up Polito, the
the
one you start in
the
Polito.
alien.
Yeah.
How'd you get stuck on
Oh,
that one,
cool.
bro?
Oh, I forgot which one. I
Because
forgot.
there's the
I
one
don't
where you
know.
go out and
Uh,
like it's the little numbers you say, and it says, "Hey, meet the guy in Polito," and you got the little number when you
yeah,
first
that
create your
one.
character. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
recommend
one.
you do that. And if anybody hasn't, there is a quest that you get for flying into the city. If you haven't experienced it yet, make a new character, and you'll automatically get that. It's the introduction to AAC. It is the beginner quest for AAC. I recommend you do it. A lot of great actors out there, a lot of great voices from the community put a lot of time into that, and I think it's nicely done. It's got a little bit of comedy in there, so hopefully you enjoy that.
Speaking of, let me interrupt real quick. What did you think about the new series that Absolute's been working on?
You talking about Absolute? It's cool. I like it.
No, so
Have you seen
have you seen the
Have you
little
seen the new
video?
video, the series?
No.
Let's see. Maybe I can pull it up. Keep talking. I'll pull it up. Let me see.
Yeah. So what he's doing is, if you notice that there are characters around the city that you talk to, like
Yeah.
$5 Betty and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, what Absolute's vision is, I believe, and I don't want to speak for him, but from what I took of it, is he's giving all of them a backstory that we can see in a video series
Okay.
with
That's
acting. And we have some
cool.
actors and
That's
people
cool.
doing some voices. I did a little something for him the other day, just that he could film and make these little things.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he's got going on. It's amazing.
Oh, I think I saw that Mojitos. They was watching it, right? It's a
Yeah,
video on the tube, right? I was at
yeah.
Mojitos, and I think they was watching it low key. So I think I did seen it, but I didn't know what it was at the time.
Uh, yeah. When Jacob finds that, we should put a link up to that somewhere so that they can all watch it too. But it's a lot of hard work. It's very creative. As you know, I'm an actor. This is why I love working with Jacob. He's a great director.
Yeah.
But from what I saw Absolute doing with this series, it's mind blowing. And guys, I'm just going to tell you straight up, I'm not the creative type like that, but some of his camera angles are absolutely impressive. I told him that one day. I was like, man, these shots, these are great shots. He's working
Yeah, I
really
think I
hard.
did seen that though at Mojitos, most definitely.
Yeah, if you want to watch it, guys, the link is in the chat box there, so y'all can go in there and watch it. Like I said, this is pretty much what the city was supposed to be focused on. When we say all about character, this is what we were supposed to be doing from the beginning. From the beginning, we were going to make these short films that involved the community that was here, and I don't want to say we got sidetracked because it was never that, but it was about building the community first, because obviously we can't make shows with 2 3 people. We could, but it's not going to be fun. So we had to
Yeah.
work on building the community, building the foundation first, and now we can actually focus on creating these things.
Y'all put me in the show
Like,
one day.
Oh, most definitely. Like I
yeah,
said,
yeah, absolutely.
it's definitely, we do. There's a lot of times where we ask for a lot of voiceovers. For people to make characters. Play characters. We'll give you the lines. You can tell you what to say, how to say it, and work from there.
Okay. I can do that too.
Nice. So before we go, because we're almost out of time, what's next for Cam's character, man? Like, what do you want to evolve him to be? Do you kind of have a vision of him for the future?
I think he probably be a Roman. He probably be a Roman slash Illuminati type beat. Yeah. I got a Illuminati coin that Agent Smith gave me when I be telling me cash it in. most definitely go cash it in. I ain't gonna lie. That probably be that though. To be honest, whenever it's time to cash that in, be a Roman, just
You gonna be a rapper?
RP on rapper. Well, I still gotta go to the studio to make that, but I'm gonna
Oh,
do
that's
that.
right. Last time we were talking, you were putting something together,
Yeah,
right?
It was a
yeah, but
fuck my
I
baby
finished.
mama. I think that's.
Yeah. I'm damn near finished, but I just gotta go to the stew and just put it on there, type shit. You
There you
know?
go. Yeah, get that done, man. The sooner the better.
Hell
We'll play it on the show, man.
Gotta get,
I love that.
gotta get linked up with Plato. He said, "That's it.
yeah.
That's crazy, man."
Oh,
Um,
what a city.
so what characters out there, besides Rue, have left an impression on you, man? That
Or Smith, of course.
yeah,
It gotta be if I had to see one character that left a impression on me. It gotta be Vetty. My boy Vetty. Like he is like his character is like oblivious sometimes. Like I don't know. Like he just don't get it. He's just not all the way there. Like it's just funny to me. It's just funny to me. I ain't gonna lie. He kills me. It's either that or my boy Jose. My boy Jose got a good character too. He's fucking funny as shit.
hell yeah. That's what's up, yo. Shout out to Betty, shout out to Jose, guys. Y'all keep
Oh
doing
yeah,
what
shout
y'all
out
do.
to Bard. Yeah,
Shout out to
that's
Bar,
sweet baby mother right there. Yeah,
Yeah, we KSA's gonna need you to pick him up outside the gate after the show.
yeah, most
But it goes to
definitely.
show you how many people you guys can affect without even realizing it. You guys say something funny, and then somebody like Cam here picks it up, and it makes his day.
But yeah,
But especially my boy Vetty. I ain't lying.
Yeah.
He's one funny dude.
but that's the main thing. That's one of the things that we talked about and we touched on last episode was about getting out there, guys, and talking to people, especially new people. Not even just about recruiting them or anything like that. Just getting out there and talking to them, introducing them to the city. That's the most you could do to help the city grow and to make a everlasting impression on somebody. Is just go out there and mingle, even if it's just a couple of words.
Honestly.
Just say, hey, you want me to give you a ride to Mojitos? Something.
Or
Right.
introduce a little RP to somebody else's life.
Yeah, take somebody.
Start bringing
People,
something
like
up. Go take them.
people in here will talk to you, bro. Like if you nervous about talking to people, they would talk to you. Like I ain't never have a situation like somebody didn't talk to me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's like people friendly. They'll have a whole conversation with you, especially in front of mojitos. Like especially if you knew mojitos is like the hub to find out everything. If you don't know, like you can find out literally everything. Every gang in the city you can literally find out at mojitos. I ain't gonna lie.
cops too.
The cops.
Cops, yeah, the cops most definitely pull up the mojitos type shit.
And it's usually just to hang out and get some food. Go see Mimi and whatnot. Shoot the shit
Yeah.
for a minute.
Oh
WB
man, that's
too.
good.
She be in that bit really going crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
She Yo, Vivi's a character. Y'all shout out to Mimster, y'all. If
Yeah,
y'all,
gotta you feel me? Give my little shout outs.
if you don't know, she's the owner of the Mojitos, and hopefully one day she'll come up here on this show with us.
Well,
I'd
she
love to have
should.
her on the OOC show.
Most definitely. She got a good attitude.
Oh yeah,
Right.
She does.
She go about
She
it.
does.
I think everybody kind of looks at Mimi as the voice of reason, is like the
Yeah.
kind of
Almost like the city mom in a way.
city mom, auntie,
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say grandma. She's not.
No,
old,
no,
she's still
no.
young.
She's just the type of
But,
person to
yeah,
be like,
but
when you leave,
Definitely.
she's like, hey, be careful.
Yeah.
Every time.
She's vibing. I ain't gonna lie. She be vibing.
But yeah, she definitely be in there with the music turned up, partying,
Yeah.
throwing
she
them,
loves
blowing
her
them
tunes,
drinks back. She's living, and that's amazing. And that's all we ever want people to do here in AAC is to live and be happy. But guys, it looks like that's gonna be all the time we have today. We're gonna do something, guys. Don't forget, if you're looking to purchase anything in city and you want to save just a little bit of money, I know it may not be a lot, but it means something to us. Use code FATSY. You can save 5% on all of your purchases. That's PHATSIE.
Put it up. You did. There you go.
There you go. But guys, if you have any more questions, let's see them. We got about 3 minutes. So if you got any more
Dude, we only
questions,
have 3
last
They
minute.
went quick, man.
They did. Again, guys, I don't have any problems talking about anything. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't mind, even if the topic is sore. That's fine with me. That's what we're here for, is to talk about stuff like that. You know, if there's something that you want to know, if there's something that's on your chest, say it. There's not going to be any.
All right.
I
I got something on my chest.
It's hair, bro. And
Are you ever going to write any storylines that don't suck? I'm kidding. I'm joking. You know I love it.
soon. But no, like I said, even if it's a sore subject, there's not going to be any backlash or anything like that. We're not going to go back and be like, oh, man, you saw how Noobs was in there crying? At least I won't. I'm not that type of person.
Don't be crying in the chat, man. Come on.
No, but like I said, it's just more or less, this is the time that we wanted to get and sit down with you guys, see what's going on with the city. And I'm not active in the Discords, you know what I'm saying? I don't go in there and look. I don't follow that stuff. So, hey, bruh. So if there's anything that you want to ask me, in my opinion, I'm here. Anson's here. You know, and this is,
I don't know
this is
too
the
many
platform.
cities that actually reach out like this on a weekly basis to kind of check in with the citizens and
No,
highlight people.
this is my first
I'm
one.
really proud of what
Actually
we
do
do
something
here.
like
You know?
this. It's like my first one. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
But we're glad to have you, man. It was a great guest as always.
Most definitely. Y'all give it up for Mr. Wick over here. Mr. Cam.
Yeah, guys, give him a big
Wick.
old round of applause. Yay. Thank you for being on the show, dude. Great guest as always, like I said.
Gotcha.
Keep up the good RP, and if you see me in city, man, give me a high five. Walls up.
Just deck him right in his
Yeah.
face. Punch him. You ain't got
Yeah,
it.
boys, later. I'll be safe.
All right, is there anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah. Leave
The
people
floor
with
is
some words
yours,
of
man.
wisdom,
Yeah, just shout out Barb, shout out Jose, shout out Vetty, shout out my man's Fidel, and yeah, I'm out. Take shit.
All right, man. Well,
Yo, for everybody,
been
appreciate
great.
it. Again, this has been Phat.
I'm Spicy.
This has been the Phat and Spicy Show OOC edition. You guys have a good night.
See you Thursday. Love you, man.